Aloha friends, this is Shamansi. I wanted to come on and finally introduce myself a little bit more and let you know a little bit more about me and my journey, and also talk about the things that have been coming up through the past several weeks. Just kind of do a little synopsis of what I've been getting with my client sessions, with soul connections, and give you some insight into what's to come. I'm going to be doing this while I pull cards for the planetary alignment reading. In my portal readings and in my full moon readings, I use many different oracle decks, and spirit guides me to which ones want to be used. And then I pull those cards beforehand and just put them in the piles so that they're ready to go. I don't look at them, I don't read them. Everything that I do is intuitive and through my mediumship, through being able to connect with both higher and lower dimensions and receive the messages with love and be able to distribute them with love as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know a little bit more about myself first. Thank you, Spirit. They're like, stop. So I am a multidimensional shaman and a walk-in soul and a medium. And those words mean so little to really what I am and who I am and the energy that I vibrate at, my frequency. And it's something that I've learned over the past, many years, to really be able to step into my authenticity and who I am and what that means. And, Earth Realm is so full of these labels, like you have to be this or you have to be that or you have to have a label. And labels to me are just like a lower vibrational. I feel like they hold you down somewhat. Actually, in fact, they're bringing this through. I did a quantum healing session with my husband recently, and we asked about us being walk-in souls. And is our zodiac sign should it be the zodiac sign of the body when the body was born, or when our souls actually walked in, which are very different for me, slightly different for him. And so we asked about that, and they said, detach from the zodiac completely. The zodiac is another way to separate. So yes, read into astrology, understand astrology. It can be a roadmap to what's ahead. However, don't get attached to a specific zodiac sign. Don't get attached to, oh, I'm an Aquarius and I am everything about that, because then you attach yourself to this entity, they're telling me, that can sometimes be good for you, but for the most part, there's a lot that comes through that is not in the highest vibration in the zodiac signs. So I know I went off on a little tangent there, but going back to, not having to label ourselves, not having to have a sign, knowing that in a much, much, much higher frequency, we are one, and together we're rising to get to that space, right? So start to drop all of the labels, all of the certificates. That doesn't mean don't educate yourself or don't do things that you're interested in. Don't invest in education modules that you think can get you farther in life. That's a great thing. However, having a piece of paper that says you did something, and it's like even like a college degree or a certificate of knowledge, acknowledging that you've taken the course and you've done X amount of hours or whatever. That's all old paradigm. That's all gonna drop off. We're going back to, remember, like, the new earth is ancient new earth, and ancient new earth is being you, being who you are authentically, sharing your craft and being so good at your craft that nobody cares if you have a certificate on the wall, or if you've educated yourself for X amount of hours, or if you worked with the highest beings that work in whatever realm you're working in. People just want they just want you to be genuine and loving and kind and real. And the problem with the old systems and what's falling off with these systems, why we're seeing so much of this darkness rising, is because there was a lot that was not real. There was a lot of what's the word that I'm looking for, Spirit, please? So ultimately, a lot of indoctrination, a lot of things that were taught to us that were not truth. And now we're going back and having to relearn those truths, and we're relearning them through self, with our bodies, right? So many stories of people who come into spirituality or are, have done the work and their life has changed, or even walk-ins like myself and my husband, is that something has happened to us, to our bodies, or to the bodies of a loved one, an injury, an illness, whatever it may be. And then from that space, we realized, I'm being lied to, I'm being rushed around, I'm giving this, I'm giving that, I'm giving these band-aids to cover up what it is, and I just want to go deeper. And that's how we came to so many people that are really seeking truth and honesty and just genuine truths from people. And so that's what we're here. We're here to be us and whatever vibration we're in at the time. And that may be a lower vibration on some days and a higher vibration on others. And that's okay, because we're just here to be ourselves. And as long as we're being authentic to us, we are going to be surrounded by our tribe, by the people who are in our same frequencies or vibrations. And we may see people come and go and weave in and out. And it's all about being in flow, in the ebb and the flow of life, and not having to tie ourselves down to a specific, right? So for me, I'm playing along with the labels, I guess, so to speak, for now, to try to help others understand that some of the magical things that I do. Now, some of the magical things that I do, was when I first walked into the body, there was a lot of transition that happened for me. I went through a complete, I guess from the outside, it looks like I went through an awakening, but internally, and after really understanding and diving deep into what my walk-in experience was, for me, it was, why can't I think of the words right now? It was an identity crisis, because my soul, the soul of Sitlali, is so much different than the soul that was in this body before me. Completely different mindsets. The soul that was here before me was very outgoing, loved actually being on camera, would enjoy doing something like this. Me, on the other hand, I'm a complete introvert. I usually say to myself, it takes me a while to open up, and being on camera is really not my thing, although I know that there are messages that need to get out there. So here we are. Now, those of you who don't know about walk-ins, I encourage you to learn more about it. The walk-in experience for me was that I am a soul that heard the call of a cry for help from a soul that was really tired and just taken on too much in this lifetime, was exhausted, didn't have the energy to keep going, and wanted another soul to come in and complete some of the things that they started on their journey. So there were reasons why they were still in the body, and they hadn't chose to leave through other means. And it was because of the lineage that they came in to clear. It was a very tough lineage to clear. And so when I made that contract with them to switch out and to come into the body, I knew that I would be going through a lot of ancestral healing and cleansing and all the lineage stuff for them. And I myself am a soul that has been in this lineage before, many, many, many generations ago. So it was like I was kind of coming back to clean some of the stuff that I had done earlier in the lineage anyhow. If you want to hear more about my story, I'll definitely be sharing more about that. But I just want to go ahead and get into some of the other things that I do. I work with the elementals, specifically with crystals. They do speak to me. I get messages. I get light language codes through them. So you'll sometimes see that on my channels. I am a multidimensional shaman. And what that means is when I opened up to energy work through Reiki was probably my first opening, big opening to it. When I opened up to that, my intuition started to heighten. I went through a lot of shadow work. I shed many, many layers, went through some dark nights of the soul, and I was able to connect to a higher power, to the creator. I was able to connect and get these divine messages to share with people. And I noticed that I also started connecting with passed on loved ones, and they were coming through in my Reiki sessions to give messages to the people that I was, that I was working with. And then from there, I just leaned in and I kept doing it. And the more I did it, the more people came. I started to become, really adapt to all of the clairsenses. I will say my husband has the hearing better than I do. Like, he can hear the most minute noises. It's wild. Definitely a gift for him. For me, I feel and I know I am claircognizant. I can feel things in my body. So if I walk into a room and there's someone experiencing some kind of ailment in their body, I will feel it in my body. I can literally walk up to a person and say, "What's going on with your right shoulder?" I can feel it. It is a gift, and it's something that I had to learn how to set boundaries with, so that I wasn't going out in public and being overwhelmed by everybody's everything that was going on in other people's bodies. And something that I had to really practice and not just set boundaries, but be, I guess the word is, I want to say control, but that word really doesn't, it's not the best word. They're telling me there's something better, but it's not coming to me right now. But I had to come to a place where I knew that I could use it as a gift and not have to feel it as an ailment to me. And so that's one of my favorite gifts, because I can actually, when I have clients coming for a session, I can tap into their body and know exactly what's going on and when. In my energetic sessions, once my husband got attuned with me and we were able to do sessions together, our shaman energy came through from past lives. And so from there, we started clearing things much deeper. And we've worked with everything from cancer patients to people who never really felt through emotions, that of like being bullied in grade school. So there's such a wide range that we've worked with, and it really is such a gift and such a pleasure to be able to do this. And now with the newly activations into light language and allowing the gifts to flow through, there's so much more that we can do. So really, multidimensional shaman, I don't know how it sounds. It's a label that I'll wear for now. I know that it goes much, much deeper than that. You can read more into my story on the website, and I'm constantly coming up with, I'm constantly processing through new versions of myself. So I will continue to update everything as it goes along, and I know that there's so much more to come. And then I'll continue to channel as we go through. So moving along with what's coming through or what's been coming through for the past few weeks, in regards to the collective energies, one of the things that really has been surfacing over and over again in my client sessions with soul connections is really the energy of rest. and allowing ourselves to settle into a space where we feel like we can fully rest and not hold back. You know, a lot of the indoctrination that has come through really has told us that rest is lazy, or you know, you're not at your best when you're resting. And the truth is, you're actually better off resting, because when you do allow yourself to rest, when you turn everything off, when you allow yourself to be in silence, and just kind of shut down, it really grounds you with Gaia. You're able to connect with our Earth Mother, and shut off all of those thoughts that kind of go, you know, the thoughts are what keep us in the matrix. The thoughts are what keep us in these scenarios that are, you know, have played out over time. And so now we're getting to the place where we can just tap out of those thoughts and get into our heart space and understand who we are on a personal level, and then share that authentically with others. And wow, there's a lot of energy coming through, so please don't mind if I get off on a tangent, but there is a lot. So allowing yourself to fully rest, not do anything, not feel like you have to get anything done, rest. And you know, I started this with my husband probably a few months ago. He would go and try to get things, not try, he would get things done, but he was always in that like masculine drive mode. And I asked him to just slow down and take a pause. And when he paused, to close his eyes, take a nice deep breath, and to tap in with his body and see how his body felt. And in those moments when he was able to actually do that, and he does it so often now, it's like a regular thing, when he can slow down and just take that breath and close your eyes and go inside, your body will tell you, I'm tired, I need rest, I need food, I need water, whatever it is. Your body will give you those messages, and you don't have to be some great intuitive, you don't have to be a medium like myself to tap in with your body and see what your body is telling you. So try that, you know, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in, relax your shoulders, let the energy go, and ask what you're feeling. And you may be surprised how much your body is actually talking to you. I know when I'm, okay, I don't know which one they want. When I'm on the go and I have a lot of stuff going on, and I do take that moment to tap in and stop, a lot of time it's like, stop, close your eyes, relax, take some deep breaths. You don't have to be go, hustle, getting things done all the time. It's, you know, we really should start honoring rest. We should honor the feminine energy. That's what it is. Rest is a feminine energy. It's, you know, like I always get this vision of like goddesses like laying back on this divine, I don't know, space. And, you know, like things being brought to them. They were always resting. If you've ever watched anything that had anything that was like gods or goddesses, they were always in a rest mode. It was never like go get things done. And even for ancient tribes, it wasn't always like out hunting and doing things. It was resting and enjoying, you know, your family and your community and being creative and playing and all of these wonderful things that we as a society have been taught are of a lower vibration, which they're not. They're actually of the highest vibration. I don't know what's going on with this box here. They're actually of the highest vibration, because in those spaces, when we allow ourselves time to fully rest and decompress and not have to think about anything, not have to multitask and do a bunch of things at once. In that space, we can really tap into our heart space and feel what the next move is. And then when we are ready to move, start creating something, we'll have the passion and the drive and the motivation and all of these things that we don't have when we're working so hard to do for others, or to keep things going, that running on empty, right? They're like high cortisol levels of stress and getting things done and never having time to decompress. I'm finally complete with pulling all of these cards. You see they're kind of all mixed here. I'm just gonna lay them out into their piles, and if you want to know what's coming through for you with this planetary alignment, tune in to the planetary alignment full reading. I will list it in the bio. Thank you so much for those of you that listened the entire time. Much, much love and joy sending to you.